Begin now with that next weather alert. We're just hours away from what could end up being the biggest snowfall in a few winters here in Boston, and road crews are getting ready to keep driving conditions safe overnight. Grocery stores are also working overtime, stocking shelves as shoppers pile carts high for both the coming snow and also Super Bowl parties tomorrow. Don't forget about that. By then, roads should be clear, though, to get to your game day destination. But for now, we're keeping an eye on the horizon for this fast-moving storm. Good evening to you. I'm Ken McLeod. We're staying on top of everything you need to know to get through tonight's storm, bringing you team coverage from Boston to Worcester. First, let's get right over to Weather Chief Meteorologist Eric Fisher.
All right, Ken, thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. As we head into our Saturday night, no big changes. So we've been talking about for the last couple of days. We're watching tonight into tomorrow morning. Mostly snow, but some mixing possible along the south coast in particular. We might end with a little freezing drizzle as well late tonight into tomorrow morning. Pretty widespread 4 to 8 inches of snow. No wind or coastal concerns. Not really a full-fledged storm, more of a wave of low pressure that's moving on by. And right now that snow is just starting to stretch into central New York. Still a little bit of dry air that's out ahead of it. So we've got a couple hours yet. If you're out this evening, we'll start to see road conditions go downhill around 10 o'clock or so. That's where the snow starts to pick up in central Mass, and between 10 and 11 if you're closer to the coast. Some of our steadiest snowfall and our most accumulating snowfall will be in the first few hours, right smack dab in the middle of the night. And then as we head toward late tonight and tomorrow morning, the atmosphere starts to dry out a little bit. What that does is it leads to a chance for some of what looks like snow here to actually be freezing drizzle or some snow pellets, almost like sleet instead. That's most likely for towns that are near and south of the Mass Pike. And I think the snow would be steadiest and accumulate a little bit more easily farther to the north. Tomorrow morning, we're left over with some of that spotty snow and a touch of freezing drizzle will completely dry out around midday tomorrow. So there's a look at the temperatures in Boston, holding pretty steady in the upper 20s to around 30. It'll be a little colder north and west of the city, but just about everyone in line for 4 to 8 inches of snowfall here. Pretty solid moderate snow, a little less on Cape Cod and the islands where we could see a bit of mixing, also a heavier, wetter snow type there, which is always common for that part of the state. And again, that's where we'll watch out for snow. Will be a little bit harder to pick up and move around. Lighter and fluffier the farther north you go. This will be nice stuff for skiing on as you head farther north and west of Boston as we head into our Sunday. As for that number to beat, the last 3 winters, these are our biggest storms of each winter. This one's been 5.2. The last time we had 6 in the city was February of 2022. It's tough to imagine. Florida has had a bigger storm this year than we've had in 3 years in Boston. We'll be close, or at least have a chance overnight tonight. Tomorrow's highs will be just near the freezing mark, so not bitterly cold and not much wind behind the storm, which always helps with the cleanup and the ski slopes. Ken?
All right, Eric, we'll see you in 10 minutes or so. Now to Worcester, where they're likely to get flakes an hour or so before we do as the system moves in from west to east. Our team coverage continues now with WBZ's Logan Hall. He is live for us on Belmont Hill right now. Logan?
Yeah, Ken, that's right. Good evening. We will be getting snow here just about an hour or so before you will. But this is still very much the calm before the storm here on Belmont Hill. Now, this is an area in Worcester that locals are very familiar with, an area that tends to cause lots of problems during these snowstorms. These hills can tend to get a little bit icy, making for treacherous conditions for drivers. But Mass DOT tells us that they are working hard to prepare these roads, and they have crews ready on standby for when that snow starts to fall.
Some crews were out today putting pretreatment down on the roadway in different parts of the state. That's something that we do on a regular basis now that really helps manage the storm to make sure that ice doesn't form quickly once the snow starts coming down. But we'll deploy our resources as this picks up. Right now, it's looking like that we're going to see some pretty heavy snowfall rates, up to an inch an hour or more in the early Sunday morning hours.
Now, so crews are on standby, ready to jump into action when this storm hits, and we will be here over the course of the night monitoring these road conditions and bringing you the very latest, Ken. For now, live in Worcester, Logan Hall, WBZ News.
All right, Logan, thanks. Well, if your travels took you by the supermarket today, you know it was kind of a crazy scene. Sure, there was the milk and bread rush before the incoming storm, but then there were all those folks buying Super Bowl supplies. Yikes, it was crazy. Here's WBZ's Paul Burton.
It is a sea of shoppers here at Market Basket, folks getting ready for both the Super Bowl and the snowstorm. They're getting it all done right now so they can hunker down on Sunday. Drinks, chips, and all the essentials were flying off shelves. Shoppers hustling for two reasons this weekend.
I'm shopping for Super Bowl and for the snow.
Both the Super Bowl and the snowstorm.
Market Basket in Waltham was packed, every parking spot filled. It was a mad dash as folks get ready for a snowy, fun-filled football weekend.
Well, I'm pretty excited. I'm sorry the Patriots aren't playing, but go Birds.
The lines were long, but the food was plentiful, with shelves stacked with Super Bowl essentials.
Dairy, chicken wings, definitely.
Oh, we got 9-layer dip. We got chips. We got, what else we have? We got
poppers.
And poppers, and we have flowers for Mama.
Rachel Buck from Newton has it all figured out.
So my plan is to create the most amazing Super Bowl party for my friends and I. We're doing wings like a ton of different ways. We're going to do like 6 different kinds.
As for a team favorite, it was pretty mixed down the aisle.
Kansas City.
Why Kansas City?
Yeah, just want them to break the record, you know.
I'm definitely cheering for Philly. Yeah.
Why them?
Underdog.
Not the Eagles, and only the Chiefs because I'm a Taylor Swift fan. You know, she dresses so cute. She's so happy cheering on her boyfriend.
Shoppers weren't the only ones busy this weekend. Joe Degnan runs his own repair shop in his garage in Framingham. Homeowners not ready for the snowstorm are blowing up his phone.
Last year there was very little snow and people didn't use their snow blowers at all. So now everybody sees snow in the forecast and a lot of them were betting that we're not going to get snow this year. When that turned around and they see the snow coming, everybody goes out and tries to start up their machine that was never prepped correctly and it won't start.
And with anywhere from 4 to 8 inches projected, snow blowers and plows will be busy getting all this cleaned up before the big game.
I just want to not have to go out tomorrow if I don't have to.
So from plows to popcorn, it's a scramble as folks get ready for Super Bowl Sunday and whatever Mother Nature may bring. In Waltham, I'm Paul Burton, WBZ News.